Yeah! Energy! Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Redonkulous.com. And today we're covering green grass-itis. I'm using a graphic representation, basically distinguish between a tier 1 and tier 3 dude. I have dyslexia, so if it's not spelled correctly, you know what to do. So with that being said, let us begin. Basically what I've done is I've boiled any dude out there into 3 categories. Looks, appearances, temperament, that includes intelligence and all the other kind of stuff, and resources. That could be money or his ability to make things happen. That's it. 3 things a dude brings to the table. LTR. At a bare minimum, if you show up with a pulse, you get 3 points. Maximum, 10 points. That's the way it works. A tier 1 dude, basically 10 to 8 points, right in that range. So 8, 9, 10. Usually, you have a hot bod, or, you make good money, or, tier 1 kind of guy. Tier 2 dude, 7, 6, 5, middle of the road kind of guy, bowling pin, it does okay in income, whatever you're gonna do. Tier 3 is, pulse, shows up to the game, 3, 4, hey, you got a pulse and you have a job. Raging criminal, take your pick. It is what it is. And oh, by the way, bowling ball-itis, where the outie becomes an innie, 3 holes, lint trap, slot X. Now, ideally, when I hear,
I'm looking for my forever or my happily ever after.
This is what you're looking for, ideally. 4 in looks, 3 in temperament, and 3 in resources, and adds up to 10. It's a 3 through 10 system. It's not that difficult. I'm pretty sure the slot C's out there could wrap their head around that. Now you're like,
Pop, I need some examples. What exactly are you talking about?
I have some examples here of some typical tier 1 dudes. Here's your pretty boy. All right, your 26-year-old pretty boy, works out in the gym all the time. You see, he's heavy on the looks. He's okay in the temperament. Resources, not so good. What are you gonna do? He likes to look pretty. The bad boy, chicks love the bad boy. He's got 4 in the looks, 4 in the temperament, resources. He's got enough to buy a motorcycle and enough to, put himself in the grave in a 0 to 60 and 6 feet under flat. I had to put this in there for you artsy-fartsy types out there. This is the tier 1 artsy-fartsy guy. 3 in looks, he looks okay. Temperament, he's heavy in the artsy-fartsy department. Resources, starving artist. It's the reason that is. It's not just a stereotype. All right, there we go. Rich a-hole. Looks okay. Temperament, he had everything given him his whole life. Not really good with people, but he's rich. So there you go. These are your typical 4 models of a tier 1 dude.
Pop, what is a tier 2 dude?
Here's a tier 2. Looks, he's okay. 2. Temperament, 2. He likes to watch a lot of TV. Doesn't really partake in talking to you too much. And, he makes a pretty good income. He's doing okay, so he's a 3. Hey, what about the tier 3? This is the fun part here. Tier 3. Tier 3 requires a drink. 2 in looks, 2 in temperament. Maybe he doesn't slap you around that much. 0 in resources. Mooch, a guy who lives under the stairs. And then we have the real bottom of the barrel, tier 3 kind of dude right here. Scores a 3. The violent felon guy, just got out of prison, but he's innocent, he was framed. He looks okay because he hits the weight yard, but he's violent, he'll kick your ass. There's no temperament, and he has no resources because he's a convicted felon. What are you gonna do? Now you're like,
what does this have anything to do with green grass-itis?
I'm gonna explain that to you right here. Let's use example tier 2 guy. He's 32, 33. One night, while watching, TV at 1 in the morning, he discovers P90X. And he's gonna really focus on losing some weight, and he does. He loses 50 pounds and gets ripped. Guess what just happened? Wow, he just went to a tier 1 because he dumped 50 pounds and got ripped. Imagine that. Well, what does that have to do? Okay, here we go. This is pretty boy at 26. Now, typically on this scale, you're going to lose a point every 7 years. So, 31, 38, 45. Tier 2. What's you going to do now? He looks great at 26, but at 45, still has no resources. Now he's an average looking dude. He just went down to tier 2. And who knows, he might stick up a 7-Eleven and get thrown in prison. Then he becomes a tier 3. The bad boy cracks up his bike. Oh, and he becomes kind of pissed off. Oh, and all of the lawsuits and vehicles he destroyed. It gets even better. The rich asshole goes bankrupt. What are you gonna do now? And the artsy fartsy guy, he becomes homeless. And he gets old. Do you see how fast that can change? All right, if you would like more detail on this particular subject, you can please see our past videos. And if that doesn't do it for you, I don't care. And this is the portion where I whore myself and ask for you to subscribe. You know the drill. What do I have to do? Ask every single time? You might lose a point. I don't know how I do this. I break shit down into math. I don't know how it works. I remember doing stuff in the Army that was so crazy, and I remember I'd be like, yeah, that is like maybe a 72% chance of success. And my commander would flip out like, where'd you come up with 72%? I'd be like, well, I don't know, but it is. And everyone would agree with me.